Hey all my movie maniacs and fans of Tromaville. Well, we finally got it. Yes, that's right. We got a present on Christmas in a big green gooey bow with Return to Nuke'em High, aka Volume 2. Yes, that's right! The sequel to Return to Nuke'em High is finally here. And Return to Nuke'em High, aka Volume 2 story, directed by Lloyd Kaufman, continues the adventures of Chrissy and Lauren, our favorite lesbian couple, as they take the fight to Lee Harvey Hearskoff and his evil food company, who are spreading their tainted food around the world for some very selfish motivations of Lee Harvey Hearskoff. And we see how Chrissy and Lauren take on the Cretans as well as this evil organization to try to save the world. I really dug Return to Nuke'em High Volume 1 and was waiting for this sequel, and now that it's finally here, I will say I enjoyed it. Yes. Was it worth the wait? Well, it's hard to say. The film starts off with a recap of the first one with a very special cameo, which was very kind of heartfelt and touching to see this individual now given recent events. So it was great to hear that familiar voice, and we get the recap, so in case you forgot what the events were in the Volume 1. And as the story plays out, I really enjoyed it, though this did feel just a little bit rushed in spots, and they do reuse a number of scenes from the first film in this one, which was just, I will say, a little disappointing, but it didn't take me out of the film completely, but it is very noticeable, especially if you watch it back to back. Now, Troma has always reused some footage, especially that famous car crash scene, which, yes, makes an appearance in this film as well, which is, you almost want to do a drinking game to it, so it was great to see, but, that reuse of footage didn't take me out of it. Now, Asta Paredes and Catherine Corcoran play our lesbian couple, Chrissy and Lauren, respectfully. Love their energy. It's very contagious coming through the screen. They are having a lot of fun, really into these roles, and I loved watching every scene that these two were in. Lloyd Kaufman shows up in here, and you will see him like you've never seen him before, or will really want to again. I think that image is permanently burned in the back of my brain. My mind's eye, I think, went blind at that point, but it was hilarious. It was a hilarious scene, and there are a lot of hilarious moments in here, and a lot of grotesque, gooey, gory moments as you would expect from Troma, and the other exploitation elements, including full frontal nudity of ladies and gentlemen, something for everyone. You get nudity within the first 10 seconds of this film, so there you go. It hits that trope right there. Now, as far as the special effects go, well, some scenes you could tell they were in front of a green screen poorly. Other scenes looked fantastic, especially the monster design that they had in here. Makeup they had on a certain individual who is a carryover from the first one, but just in a different form. Kevin the Duck. I really enjoyed seeing him. He was played by Josh Potter. Makeup effects were great there. Some of the gore effects look really good. Bar none. Some of Troma's best work there. And yeah, it was just fun revisiting this world again. It misses, I think, a couple of steps that it really nailed in the first one, especially if you watch these back to back, you can tell. So I would say the first one is the better of the two films, but they are both a wild ride that I highly recommend to every Troma fan and every fan out there of low budget independent cinema who like just crazy, insane, gory, gooey, wild times. It's got a great soundtrack. I really enjoyed the soundtrack to this, and this third act, it just gets psychedelic as well. So Return to Nuke'em High, aka Volume 2, was, I will say, worth the wait, though it wasn't quite, it kind of lost its luster that the first one had. So going into that, as long as you're aware of that, I think you will have an enjoyable time if you enjoy the rest of these films. So there you have it, folks. Please leave your comments down below. If you've seen Return to Nuke'em High, aka Volume 2, please subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate every single one of you. And until next time, remember, keep that ticket stub.